Next, we talk about the state of infrastructure of the Indian economy at the time of independence. Now, first, let us understand what infrastructure really means. Infrastructure is any kind of permanent installation that leads to economic and social development of the economy. Infrastructure facilities will include facilities like schools, colleges, hospitals, roads, dams, banks, etc. in the economy. The existence of all these, of roads, of ports, of railways, they all lead to economic development of a country. Right now, the Britishers developed basic infrastructure like ports, inland waterways, post and telegraph, etc. in our country. But you have to understand that all these were developed for British interest. They were not done to improve the condition of the Indian people, but basically to help in the exploitation of the Indian economy by the Britishers. For example, the railways, the ports, etc., were built, inland waterways, they were all developed because they helped in the movement of raw material. The Britishers wanted raw material from India, and this raw material had to be transported from the interior of India and it had to be sent to the ports. So they developed railways which could easily carry raw materials from the interiors of India to the ports, from where it could be sent to Britain. At the same time, the imported goods had to be transported from the ports to the rest of the economy, to the rest of India. So that's why they developed railways. Similarly, ports were developed to facilitate foreign trade, and so was inland waterways. Post and telegraph system was developed to promote efficiency in administration. It was done so that messages could be passed easily from one place to another. For the maintenance of law and order, the telegraph system was introduced. They built a few roads as well, basically for the movement of troops and for the movement of raw material. But there was an absence of all weather roads in the country. Now, what are these all weather roads? These are the roads that can be used during all seasons, right? Now, most of the roads developed by the Britishers were not all weather roads. They could not be used during the rainy season. They were kacha roads, right? So what happened was that if there was any natural calamity like famine, like floods, so the rural areas could not be reached out by using these roads. As a result, the poor people continued to suffer. Right? So these were the basic highlights of the infrastructure system. Infrastructure introduced by the Britishers in India. On the whole, the most important contribution of the Britishers was the introduction of railways. The railways were introduced in the year 1850, and it had two major benefits. The first benefits was that it led to the breaking of the cultural barriers, the cultural and the geographical barriers. While traveling in railways, people came in close contact with each other. People from different areas, from different states of India, came in contact with each other. They realized that they had common problems, and they had a common person who was exploiting them, and that was the Britishers. So the railways helped in breaking the cultural and geographical barriers. It also helped in the commercialization of agriculture. Now, with the introduction of railways, the food grains could be moved from one place to another, and so the farmers started growing food crops not for the local market, but to sell on a larger scale. So this changed the outlook of the farmer, right? So these were the two benefits of the Indian railways, and the railways were introduced in the year 1850. So overall, we find that the whatever infrastructure development was done, it was basically to promote the British interest in India, and they did not build any hospitals or dams, etc.